Hey guys,
Welcome
we are
back,
live.
guys. I broke the chat window.
Broke it.
Can't see anything.
Oh no.
Oh, there we go.
We got it
Yeah.
back. Yay. Okay, so this is our last week of Christmas movies.
Yes! What's next month?
Next month
Is it a secret?
Nope.
Oh!
I said I would reveal it this time. Star Wars. So January is Star Wars theme. Why? Why not?
May the 4th be with you.
No, it's not happening. Sorry though.
Then you can only do it on
People are trying to make jokes around here.
Anyway, so Star Wars will be January, so we are geared up and ready for that. That'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So jump on our lives. You'll get that for 4 weeks. Anyway, we have quite a list for you of Christmas movies today.
That's going to be our countdown music is the Imperial March.
Oh, okay. You do that. But anyway, back to Christmas. We're Christmas.
No more Christmas.
Yes, we're finishing Christmas today.
We're finishing Christmas today, yes.
With 11 movies, you guys. We got in 11 movies.
Not sure
this
how
week.
we did that.
So, yeah, let's go before we're on here for an hour. The first one is called Twinkle All the Way from 2019. Rude. That was rude. Because you have to start 2025 with a bang.
Yes, we do.
That's right. Okay, so Twinkle All the Way from 2019 was the first movie. Hallmark-esque.
Almost sounds like
movie.
Jingle All the Way.
But not. It's kind of had a Hallmarky feel to it. Not necessarily low quality.
So it's a high. Okay, a high.
Just kind of.
That's good.
You could tell from the very beginning it was going to be he met her, they work together and fall in love kind of situation. But anyway. It was about a single mom and a single dad, and they get assigned together for the school play to decorate the stage for the school play. She's an Uber planner, Uber organized, has spreadsheets for everything.
Is the guy impulsive?
He's very impulsive. He says, "Let the space speak to you." Just kind of very different from
Sounds
her.
a little fruity.
No, it wasn't like that. She is a wedding organizer. So very much
like J-Lo.
has to have, well, more so than J-Lo even in that movie. I mean, she's very much very strategic in her planning and has everything nice. Why don't you turn that off? And has everything planned out perfectly to the T. He is a Christmas decorator. So he decorates Christmas theme at places. So companies and even people, it showed the neighbor to the mom hired him to decorate their house like a winter wonderland kind of thing. He will go and do people's homes too. And it's a family business he does with his family. But anyway, so they kind of get to know each other. She is doing this Christmas wedding and they have a big snowstorm. The lodge that the wedding was supposed to be is closed down. Nobody can get to it.
So they're all stuck in the same place?
So she calls him and says, "Hey, I need you to help me put this wedding together and decorate and make it look Christmas, lodgy, romantic-y, beautiful, gorgeous, blah, blah, blah." And of course, he does. And of course, they fall in love and the rest is history.
Did you see it coming?
I totally, from the very beginning, I watched 2 minutes and knew exactly how the end was going to go.
But how was the journey to get there?
It was good. I mean, it was entertaining.
Should they check it out?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I think it's a good one.
There you go.
I would probably give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you like the Hallmark-esque but not the cheap feel,
Yeah, why does Hallmark have a cheap feel to it?
then this is the movie for you. It just does, though.
It's the way
I don't know. I guess because they pump out so many. Like one a day or something like that. It's ridiculous. But anyway, that was Twinkle All the Way from 2019. So I would say go watch it. Okay.
She summons a Hadoken and defeats her enemies.
Oh man. The next one. Wait. An Almost Christmas Story. Did you watch that one?
Nope.
It was a 25-minute kind of little shorty.
Oh, really?
On Disney. From 2024. It was a claymation style movie about this young owl that meets a little girl that's lost. And the owl and the girl try to get home for Christmas. So that's kind of the whole theme of it all. Oh man. Okay. It was a cute little short thing. Perfect for our 6-year-old's attention span. 25 minutes and done.
Did they pack in? I mean, shorter films can pack good stories.
It was pretty good. It was cute. The owl was really, really cute.
Okay.
And so the story ended up being really, really cute. So they have this, New York is crazy. So they have this adventure trying to get through New York and through the transportation and all of the things and all of the struggles that they go through to try to make it home for Christmas.
How did you stumble into this one?
The girls were kind of flicking through and
on Disney or Prime or
Disney.
Disney? Okay.
I believe it was Disney. Yeah. Just a cute little shorty movie. I would say it's pretty good. I would probably give this one a 7 out of 10 too. It's a cute little one.
Cool. Okay.
Nice and short.
Go watch.
Cute. So that was An Almost Christmas Story from 2024. All right. The next one. When I click on them, it bumps my list all funny.
Oh, really? When you go into the movie?
Yeah. Noelle from 2019. So we've reviewed this one before. This is one that our girls love to watch, so they want to watch it every year.
This has Anna Kendrick in it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So
this is a pretty good one.
It's a Santa story of Noelle is the daughter of Santa, and her brother was supposed to be the next Santa. So Santa dies, and the brother was supposed to be up.
He wasn't ready, though, was he?
He had no interest in being Santa. He wanted to be his own thing. He wanted, it's kind of like a father-owned business, and he tries to pass it down to his son, but the son has other plans, wants to do something completely different. So it was that kind of story.
No, different.
Santa was a Grim Reaper. Not that one. This is a different movie. So the sister tries to talk to the brother to get him to take on his role as Santa, but he understands her differently and takes off. So he leaves. So he goes on this summer vacation to a tropical island instead of taking on his role as Santa. So she goes on this journey to try to bring her brother back because now all of the North Pole is mad at her for getting her brother to leave.
That's funny. That's what Tim Allen wanted to do and abandon his role. Nope, I'm confusing two movies.
Yeah, no.
But in Christmas with the Cranks, he did want to go to a warm place.
You have all kinds of movies mixed up. Okay, anyway, back to Noelle. So she goes on this venture to try to bring her brother back, and in all of that realizes that she was the one destined to be the next Santa. She sees all the magic in the things around her where the brother never did, and that magic gets passed down to the one that's supposed to be Santa. So she has this realization when she's noticing all of the magic around her and no one else is seeing it. So
the brother was getting primed for the role, even though it was possible.
The elves were trying to prepare him for the role, and he thought it would be him because he's the oldest son.
Oh.
But he had no desire to do it. It's because he wasn't the one.
And
he wasn't the one chosen to do it. It was Noelle.
One.
So then she realizes that, and she goes back to the North Pole and embraces it as her job and loves it because that's what was meant for her. So she becomes the next Santa. It's cute. It's a cute movie.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. I think Anna Kendrick does a really good job in that role. She plays kind of the silly character, And she takes on the serious as well. So I think she does a really good job with it.
Yeah, she does a decent.
Santa is a mutant. Deadpool and Santa fight to a standstill. Y'all got movies all kinds of messed up today. Anyway, Noelle, I would probably give that one a 7.5 out of 10.
All right, cool.
You've seen it.
Oh yeah. I'll stick with a 7.
All right, there you have it. 7 and a 7.5 out of 10 for Noelle from 2019. The next one is Diary of a Wimpy Kid Christmas Cabin Fever from 2023.
Is this the animated one?
It is. It's the animated, not the live action. So, and it's from 20. Did I say 2023? Yeah. So it is based off of the book Cabin Fever, and according to our son, it's pretty right on. It's pretty close to how the book portrays the characters. So, if you like reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid and you've read Cabin Fever, then this animated movie is basically the book.
And they look like the characters drawn,
They do.
the illustrations in the book. It's kind of
And they bring them to life, and so you kind of can watch the book in action, which is kind of fun. It's kind of a fun idea.
I wonder how people portray these book characters' voices, and then do the movies match the reader's expectations?
Anna is awesome. The one was pretty good, but the movie was bad. The Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie was bad. I think the other 2 comments were for the Anna Kendrick movie. Guest, are you talking about the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie?
No,
it was good. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed watching it. I enjoy watching an animated movie now and then. I think it's pretty fun. And I've liked most of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies. I didn't like the changing character. I liked the original characters.
And I can't remember when
one.
that happened. It was the original one?
The original one is the ones that I like, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
They go on a Lord of the Rings adventure.
Which movie?
In the Diary of a Wimpy Kids? Cabin Fever? This one's about a Christmassy kind of theme. I don't remember a Lord of the Rings adventure.
Is there a fellowship involved?
I don't know.
The fellowship is broken.
Did you watch this one with me?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I thought it was okay. What would I rate it? I would give it maybe a 6.5 out of 10.
Oh, okay. Getting close to the edge of not recommending.
No, if you like Diary of a Wimpy Kid and you like Cabin Fever, it's a watch. You
Okay.
should watch it. Okay. The next one was our Christmas Eve. So we have a tradition, Christmas Eve, we watch family movie together. So the next one was our family movie that we watched together, Red One from 2024. You watched this one, so you talk about this one.
I really did enjoy this one because normally I'll give the example of Santa Claus with Tim Allen. What's another Santa Claus movie? Miracle on 34th Street. Santa is portrayed as this larger than life, both metaphorically and literally,
yes,
character.
He's a fat, jolly man.
And then you compare it to the dude that played Red One, aka Santa, and he loads.
Very fit. How much weight was that? What did we figure out that was? 25 kilo plates.
And so there
was 4 on each side.
25. That's like 3 red plates, so that's 170 kilos. So that's at least 374 pounds, I think. So 150 at once. Yeah,
and
that's
then he
374.
Says,
Let's go heavy. So, but it was cool. I think the way they did the delivery of the presents is an original way that I have not seen in other movies. In the Santa Claus, a chimney was created if one was not there, or a fireplace was created if one was not there. But it was always seemed to be a solo job. And in this one, he had a whole team of
elves.
I was going to say merry men.
But ELF is what they called it, and it stood for something else.
And I can't remember because...
Yeah, I don't remember what it stood for. If you remember what it stands for, tell us in the comments. ELF.
I only remembered when they were in the car, he says, but for you it means extremely large and formidable, I think, is what he said. But it meant something else.
And the elf characters were all different kinds of characters. Like, there was a big white polar bear that was an elf. And then...
it's funny
the Rock was an elf. He was the head elf. Because
the polar bears in Zootopia were also the muscle. And so they were the muscle also in this movie. But I think it's pretty original. It was an enjoyable take on Santa, and in this case a kidnapping of Santa.
Yeah.
And I like the Krampus part.
Yeah, so it kind of explained Krampus and brought him into it a little bit, which was kind of fun.
It was kind of cool because they were able to have this good and evil part, but still...
What was the Witch of Christmas? What was her name?
Not Grindel. Grilla. Was it Grilla?
Grilla.
Like Grilla cheese.
So there was a Witch of Christmas.
Yeah.
So we don't want to give away all of the details, but... It was good. I thought it was really good how they played it all out. There was some language in it, so if you're watching it with kids,
we watched it through...
beware. We watched it through VidAngel, so we filtered out the language.
And it was pretty fitting for the role of Grilla, I think is her name.
Dwayne The Rock got beat by Krampus. Yeah.
Krampus was paper.
Krampus was paper? And it's spelt with a K, by the way.
The paper schlampus. But the role of Grilla was played by the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Sabrina, uh-huh.
I can't remember her name.
I can look it
Kira.
up.
I think it's It starts with a K.
Give me a minute.
Fun
Lucy
story.
Liu is in this one.
Lucy Liu's in here. I like the snowman scene.
Kiernan Shipka.
Yeah, there you go.
Kiernan Shipka.
Yeah. So this definitely has some rewatchability to it. All of us enjoyed it thoroughly. I would give this an 8.
I would also. I thought it was really good.
Good story.
It was a lot of fun to watch.
Good
We watched it several times in 2 days.
Good story behind it. You see a lot of development in all the characters and a message of hope, I guess. Yeah. It was good.
I thought it was good. Okay, so that was Red One from 2024, and it's still in theaters, some of the theaters. So you could possibly catch it in the theater if you would like to. It is also on Prime. So if you are a Prime member, you can watch it. All right, Gus gives it an 8. Nice. All right, so he's in agreement with us. 8 out of 10. It was good. That's what you said, right?
Yep.
8 out of 10. Okay.
Yep.
So that's a good. We would recommend that one, Red One. It was a different spin on the Christmas, on Santa and Krampus and all of that. So it was fun. It's fun to watch. And you get to see some snowman booty.
Yep. Pretty cold cheeks.
VidAngel tried to cut that out as nudity.
Yeah.
So
kind of funny.
It was funny.
There were so many instances of that I had to uncheck. It's just silly.
Anyway, the next one is, you said you had not seen, but I watched it last year. Scrooged from 1988 with Bill Murray.
Oh, darn. I kind of watched it.
Oh, you didn't watch it all the way?
Yeah.
So this is kind of the Scrooge story. But Bill Murray is a businessman, and so it's a little bit of a different spin on the Scrooge story. It has a little bit different characters that come and haunt him.
He was a ruthless businessman.
Yeah.
Nobody liked him.
No. In fact, they tried to kill him, and
all
this kind of stuff happened. And
we have a similar movie in our lineup that's kind of along the same lines.
Yeah. So this one had kind of creepy looking Ghost of Christmas Past. It was skeleton, and you could see it It was kind of gross. It was kind of gross visually.
That's right. Yeah, because he kind of crumpled.
Yeah.
Disintegrated, I guess.
Typical 80s movie. Last year, and it's funny, you can watch a movie multiple times and you would give it a different rating because you notice something different or you were in a different frame of mind when watching it. Last year I gave it a 3 out of 10. That was probably pretty harsh. It was actually quite entertaining. I would probably up that to a 4 out of 10. It was gross too. And just, I don't know. It wasn't super entertaining, but it was a little more entertaining this year than I thought it was last year. So maybe if I watch it next year, I'll give it a 5.
I'll probably give it a 3.5.
Okay, so watch it at your own risk.
I don't know. I think
a lot of people say it's a favorite, and it's rated a 6.9 out of 10 on IMDb. So
that's not too bad because the IMDb crowd is pretty tough.
Pretty tough. So I mean, that's a decent rating. So maybe we just don't like that style as much, or I don't know. I might be kind of getting sick of the Scrooge story, to be honest.
Yeah, I think there just wasn't much to it.
Yeah, and I mean it's from the 80s, so you got to remember that the graphics are low key compared to graphics now, things like that. I thought the fairy was a little stupid.
I wish I remember.
I think
what
that's
the fairy
what brought
looked
down.
like.
She was just kind of, I don't know. I thought she was dumb visually, and just her character in general was just kind of dumb.
Oh.
So that's probably what keeps the rating low for me, was the characters were not built great, in my opinion. So that was Scrooged from 1988. We gave it a 3.5 and a 4 out of 5. The next one you picked, Christmas Survival from 2018.
Yep, this was a British film. You could tell it had some British humor. It's just a little bit dry. Everybody, of course, had the accent, but I'm trying to think of a movie that was similar to it, but it is just utter chaos throughout the entire movie with some pretty heavy family drama. I think this was intended to be, is this a dramedy, I guess?
Yeah,
is that a word?
I wasn't even all that funny.
Maybe comedy was not
more
the intent.
Drama. It was definitely drama, Christmas drama.
Yep. Within the family. And I don't know, I guess it kind of reminded me of the chaos that was in Meet the Parents when they're trying to plan the wedding. At least when things started going wrong for Ben Stiller's character, it was just an avalanche of things throughout the movie.
But at least with that one, there was the humor component to it.
That's true.
This one did not have that.
Yeah, maybe
so it was kind of just the bickering and the fighting and the struggles within the family unit, and everybody coming together that are from different personalities and different streams of life, I guess. Just they're in
that's a good way to put it.
Places, and they're all thrown together into one home.
Yeah.
For Christmas, and you kind of get the mismatch of it all and how they just don't really get along all that well. They love each other, but they don't really get along all that well, and then some relationships were sparked that shouldn't have been, and things went on between spouses and siblings, and just it was weird.
And I guess the point of the movie was for them to
Lord
just...
Gerald gives the last movie, Red One, and 9. Okay, 9 out of 10. That's a good rating. Awesome.
I think the point of the movie was just to get through the drama and
to make it through Christmas
alive. At the end, I guess that's where the title comes from, and so they did, and that was just kind of the end of it.
Yeah.
And then
they figured it out. I guess they figured out how to get through to another year, and they even talked about, okay, we have a break now until next year.
Some loose ends are tied, which is kind of nice to see because some of the characters were in the midst of some conflict that kind of got resolved towards the end. As far as entertainment quality goes, it's probably, for me, it's just a watch one time kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not one that we would come back to next year, so I would give it a 5.
I would give it a 4 out
There
of
you
10.
go.
I rate it right there with Scrooged. So 4 out of 10 and a 5 out of 10 for Christmas Survival from 2018.
Funny because the next movie on autoplay was Surviving Christmas, which was,
we reviewed a couple weeks ago.
with Ben Affleck and the rest.
All right, the next one is The 12 Days of Christmas Eve from 2022.
Here's the film that I kind of mentioned earlier that was like the film we just talked about.
Well,
Scrooged?
sort of, but I think we kind of decided it was more like Groundhog Day than it was like a Scrooge story.
Oh, you're right.
Because it didn't have where it was reflecting on the past or this is happening because of this as much. It had a little bit of that, but it was more of a you get another chance, you get another chance, you get another chance. So he had 12 chances to get it right and survive because he had died.
Yeah.
But Santa was giving him a gift of 12 chances to get it right.
Yeah, instead of encountering his alarm clock, his clock radio, waking up in the morning.
Yeah, he had to blow out a candle to get his chance for another day.
And he died different ways each time.
Every time, a different way, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think at one point the Santa said, I think I've expended every death on you at this point.
Yeah, he's out of...
He's died every way
ran
possible.
out of ideas.
He's running out of ways to kill him.
But this is played by Kelsey Grammer. Some of you guys might know him from Cheers or Frasier,
Yep.
which is a spinoff of Cheers.
I think he did a really, really good job with this part. I really enjoyed watching it. I thought it was highly entertaining.
A strong family, a sense of, what do you call it? A family that gets to reconnect because Kelsey Grammer's role was, I guess he was CEO. He was something. He was a businessman all about work.
He started his own company, electric company.
That's right. Yeah. PC Electric. Yeah. Just a hard-nosed guy, all about work. And it sounded like he just didn't give time to his daughter.
Yeah.
And at this point in the story, the daughter is an adult woman with a daughter. And so he is learning, I guess he learns to be a family man, right? Because he didn't grasp that concept when they were kids, when she was a kid.
He thought he had to work all of this time and so hard to get the money to buy her everything she wanted, which what he missed was that money was not the important part. She would have traded all the money in the world in for time with him. And so that's what he had to learn in those 12 days was that it's not about the money. The money doesn't matter. It's about the relationship that you develop with each other. So
and you hear that a lot in some of these movies where the husband might be fighting with the family, whether it be the wife or the kids, and they'll it's often a yelling match, and they'll say, "I'm doing this for you," and he misses the point of family altogether.
Yeah, it's not
So really cool to see that growth in Kelsey's character and just that resolution with his family. And he even passed that kind of legacy down to this investor that he was going to develop this business relationship with.
Yeah, he tried to teach her while she's young.
Yeah.
To develop relationship and to have a family and to focus on life, not just make your life only about your job.
Yeah.
So
we talked about it that was the message kind of in church too. You don't know when you might be going, so you better realize what's important.
Yeah. So what would you rate that? The 12 Days of Christmas Eve.
8.5.
I was gonna say 8. Yeah, I give it an 8 out of 10. It was good.
I like Kelsey Grammer
Definitely
too, so that helps.
Rewatchable, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so that was the 12 Days of Christmas Eve. The next one was Crazy for Christmas from 2005. I don't think you watched this one. I watched it when I was cleaning. This one was about a single mom who was struggling to make ends meet. She kind of did odds and ends jobs, including being a chauffeur for the rich. She got offered this job. I believe it was Christmas Eve. She wasn't going to take it because she wanted to spend the time with her son, but her company had no other person to do it. So she decided to go ahead and do it. And long story short, she finds out that the rich person she was driving around was her father.
She didn't know. Oh.
She didn't know it was her father.
Oh.
She thought that the man her mother married was her father. She was never told that he was not her father. The mother had died, and the father had died. The mother and the stepfather had died. So that's why the rich guy came back to tell her that because he had made an agreement that he would never tell her as long as they lived. And since they died, now he could go and tell her that he was her father.
I'm your father.
And so anyway, she ends up driving him around all day, and he's giving away money left and right, just handing out money to everyone, paying for this and that, throwing money around like it meant nothing. And in the process of all of that, he starts to have a relationship with her. So starts to kind of tell her.
Hearing, because I was doing some...
You were asking questions about it as you were peeking out the door.
Or bathroom repair, and I heard, did he buy them a house? Was
that towards the end, he offered to buy her a house, yeah. Because he wanted to give to his grandson. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was fighting it at first and ends up coming around at the end, and they end up starting a relationship then. So I thought it was cute. A little kind of more of a low quality film. Yeah, that was the best way. Just low quality, I
Would
guess.
you watch it again?
Yeah, I would maybe watch it again.
Would you recommend to others?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say give it a watch, give it a try. It had a cute story. It had a fun story, and was kind of a, there's always somebody that tries to pin people doing good as being crazy. So they tried to label him as crazy, and so he had to, defend himself with that and explain. And yeah, I mean, it was a good storyline. I would probably give it a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay. Cool.
So, that was Crazy for Christmas, 2005. The next one is Dear Santa from 2011. You would have remembered this one.
Dear Santa. Yep, I remember this one.
I'd watched it last year. It auto-played after Crazy for Christmas, and I just let it go because I remembered it, and it was a good movie. Basically about this woman who's kind of a mess in her life. She really had no goals, no future, nothing set up for herself. She was living off of her parents sending her money every month, kind of like an allowance, but she's in her 20s, right? She has nothing going for herself.
Something's wrong.
Right. And her parents were about to cut her off because they realized she wasn't doing anything about her future. She finds this letter written by a little girl. She ends up written to Santa, wanting a mother for Christmas because her mother had died 2 years before. So she ends up finding the little girl and meets the father, realizes that he ran a homeless shelter. Mm-hmm. And so she starts volunteering at the homeless shelter, and they develop a homeless soup kitchen, whatever.
Soup kitchen,
yeah. So they end up having, having mutual respect for each other and getting to know each other. And in the meantime, he's dating someone else, but he's getting to know her, and the daughter really falls for her as a mother figure, and kind of the story plays out, and he ends up realizing he has more feelings for her than the girl he was seeing.
Oh, the other woman was annoying.
She was super annoying.
Just a really nasty personality.
Yeah, just really. And he didn't really like her, and he mentions it several times that he knew she would make a good mother. Yeah. So he was just going to go along with it, but he really didn't have any love interest in her. So
gotta have both.
It's kind of sad, right? Yeah, I mean, but he did with the other woman. Yeah. So, of course, you know how the end goes, right? Just from hearing our description, they fall in love.
Yep, there's a little bit of twist,
and the rest is history.
A little bit of twist, but it's the way the story develops is entertaining.
It is. It's really good. I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll give it a 7.
So that was Dear Santa from 2011. The last one, The Man Who Invented Christmas from 2017.
This is about the life of Charles Dickens as he's developing the story for, well, he knows he wants to try to write a book before Christmas, and time is running out. I can't remember. It sounded like an unreal amount of time that he was trying to get this project done. But this is about the development of what we now know as
Scrooge.
The Christmas Story, A Christmas Carol, right?
Yeah. Christmas Carol.
By Charles Dickens. And I think the actor did a really great job of portraying him, and it showed him as one who really cared about children. And it was cool to see how in the middle of developing the character, he often was, in a room alone brainstorming, sometimes running into writer's block. But he would imagine the characters, and then the characters would be there with him inside the room, and he'd be interacting with them, trying to figure out different personality traits, and such stuff like that. He lives in a house. It seems like there's a lot of people in this house. I'm not sure what kind of establishment this is.
So it was back when they had servants in their homes and things. So he was wealthy. He was married, and they had lots of servants that would come in and tend to their house.
And then were the kids
and I think
there?
Family members lived there also. And then as he was thinking through his story, the characters were popping up and coming to life. So you would see the characters as they're developing in the room around him.
Yes,
so that was the other people. They weren't actual people.
But there were a lot of little kids.
There were
in the
kids
house.
in the story. He might have had some kids. I think it mentioned him having some kids.
Because one of the servants a young girl, I guess, was reading a story to a lot of kids.
But back then, the parents didn't so much care for the kids. It was more the maids.
Yeah.
That the nurses, they called them, would take care of the kids. And so the parents, there wasn't really a whole lot of interaction with the parents and the kids in this movie.
But I thought it was cool to see how this book was developed. I don't know why it kind of reminded me of, was it Christmas with, what was that play that we watched? It was just acted by one guy. And who wrote The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe?
C.S. Lewis.
C.S. Lewis. Was it Christmas with C.S. Lewis?
Yeah, that we went to last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, this movie kind of reminds me of that play. I don't know. They're not really similar.
I think this one came to life a little more in that it showed Scrooge, and it showed Tiny Tim, and it showed the characters that we all know from the Scrooge story.
Yeah.
And they pop up in the room as he's thinking through their character and how they should look and how. So you actually get to see them come to life as he's describing them and writing them out in his book.
So I think that was the real entertaining part of the movie, was seeing a writer in the works.
In the moment.
Of a great.
Yeah.
It's a
great classic.
It's a great class. A timeless one. Mm-hmm. Great production quality, good acting.
Yeah.
I would probably give it an 8.
I probably would as well. Yeah, it was good.
Yep. I recommend it. I don't know if I might have run into this on a Rotten Tomatoes, great Christmas movie
you're the
list.
one that stumbled on this one.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. It did take us a couple nights to watch it. We started it really late one night, and so we didn't get very far into it and had to pick it up another night. But it was good. It was worth the watch for sure. So that was The Man Who Invented Christmas from 2017.
Check it out.
So that's it. That's 11 movies for y'all. So as a recap, we had Twinkle All the Way, An Almost Christmas Story, Noel, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Christmas, Cabin Fever, The Red One, Scrooged, Christmas Survival, The 12 Days of Christmas Eve, Crazy for Christmas, Dear Santa, and The Man Who Invented Christmas.
There's Christmas in a lot of those titles.
Yeah. So, I think we had a pretty good week. We watched some really good movies this week.
Yep, we did. Good variety.
Yeah. So even
I'm ready for a break.
Right.
For breaking this
I was
genre.
just gonna say, even though we still have a couple more days of December, we are moving on to January movies. There's 5 weeks in December this year, so we've already gone through 5 weeks of Christmas movies. So we are moving on. So the last couple days of December are January themed now. So next week will be all Star Wars review. So there you have it. We ended Christmas again, our second full Christmas.
What was that?
Backwards. So hopefully you enjoyed a full year of 2024 with our lives. I can't believe our 2024 live reviews are done. A full complete year of lives.
I can't believe how many subscribers we have. I think we're at 282.
Yeah, we did lose one over the week. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens though. I think YouTube kicks people out sometimes. Surprised, not more Hallmark movies. I'm not really a Hallmark movie fan.
Hallmark movies are terrible.
They're kind of just cheaply done and so very predictable. I want a movie that makes me think a little bit, but still has a fun Christmas feel to it.
Yeah.
So I'll do the Hallmarky movies now and then, but they're not my favorite. If I can find something with a little more substance to it, I would rather that than
They should just stick to greeting cards.
Hallmark movies.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for all the views all these years. It's hard to all these years.
This year, this year.
Because when we first started doing this, it's hard to have any vision for something that.
I mean, we just do this for fun.
It's
too.
just fun for us.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see the growth over time, and just thanks for all of the continued views. And so I hope for another cool year, because we got some pretty exciting genres that are a little bit more specific and not so broad like they have been, because there's only so many broad movie genres. So now you got to get real.
Yes.
You got to find some different themes.
So we asked our Facebook friends to kind of pop in and say what we should do for 2025, and we got a whole lot of suggestions. In fact, we got enough suggestions to bring us all the way through 2026.
We got a lot of
So
suggestions
we have
from Pastor
2
too,
years.
didn't we?
Yes, we did. So we have 2 full years scheduled out
Oh, my
of
word.
unique themes.
There's not Christmas in there, is there?
There is Christmas in July.
No, that had to have been Pastor.
I don't remember who it was.
Maybe
I'd
it
have to
was
look back at
The
I don't think that was
pastor's
him.
wife.
I don't think it was. I think it was someone else.
Somebody
Maybe
else
Tina?
to blame.
I don't remember, but there was some really, really good suggestions. I'm really excited about the lineup for 2025.
Yep, me too.
We're not going to tell you all of them because you have to keep listening to find them out.
That's right.
But you know that January is Star Wars. So you might think, man, there's not that many Star Wars movies. Oh, yes, there is. There's spin-offs and there's...
Disney found a way.
Yeah, so there is plenty to keep us busy for the month of January. So
Yeah, let's go for 500 subscribers this year, guys.
that would be awesome.
I think that's when we can start monetizing.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Which is crazy.
Start selling merch and stuff.
Getting $1 a month.
Hey,
Yes.
I would like it. That would work. But anyway, yeah. So if you like what you see, you like our reviews, tell your friends, subscribe, like, share, comment, all of the good stuff. We love the interaction. So
Maybe we can get a studio upgrade.
new curtain.
I might just change it in post. I'll change the color.
Oh, but anyway, so we appreciate you watching, and check out our Tuesday review. It's a good one. And then
I already forgot what it was.
Friday
I remember now.
faves.
Yep, we will have. It's a product review. We haven't done one of those in a while.
Okay.
Yep. So that fits in our channel. Although there are not that many, we have done them. Besides book reviews, and obviously the larger chunk is movie reviews. So
All
yeah,
right.
it's my first product review.
Cool. All right, so check those out, and we'll see you next Sunday at 9:30 for our first week of Star Wars.
See you later.